Okay, so I've got a question. I want to know whether butts have increased in size over the years. More specifically, have white women's butts increased over the years? Now, my melanated women have always had big butts, on average. Not all white, not all melanated women, but as a whole, right? On average, if that makes sense. I have a feeling that it might have something to do with the food, the hormones in the food. Or if the butts have always been there, then white women have been hiding it because it's not been as fashionable for white women to have bigger butts, right? Anyway, I found this video called Why Women Have Bigger Butts. It's a little bit old, but let's get into it.
Why in the immortal words of Sir Mix-a-Lot does baby got back? Well, because baby got a lot of estrogen. And
That's a hormone. Where are we going with this?
I can't lie. The simplest answer to why women tend to have bigger bootylicious-ier butts than men is that estrogen directs fat deposits in our buns and thighs. Also our boobs, but that's another video for another time. Meanwhile, in men, testosterone tends to discourage fat storage in the buttocks, which I prefer to pronounce buttocks, because
Okay.
it's just more fun that way. Due to this
It's not.
physiological phenomenon, our larger lady butts
She kind of looks like a female Jim Carrey. Do you think? I mean, she is attractive, right? But she kind of looks like a female Jim Carrey.
are a female secondary sex trait. Go butts. All right. Why would the female body do that in the first place? What possible purpose could our larger lady butts serve aside from improved booty shaking and better looking jeans from behind? Evolutionary biologists think that they are posterior signals of our health and fertility. In other words, to get guys like Sir Mix-a-Lot hooked so they can't stop staring. Oh, baby.
What do you mean by that?
They want to get with you and then take your picture and then propagate the species. Far more intriguing are theories about how our lady butts came to be. According to one 1985 theory, which isn't so supported these days, but is nevertheless kind of hilarious,
Okay.
our butts grew large enough to discourage copulation from behind, while our breasts grew larger to encourage face-forward copulation.
Nah, that's not it. I've never looked at a female from behind and thought, the butt's too big. Let me copulate from the front instead. Now, I'm not saying that I am not a fan of from the front, because I am. I love missionary. I love it more than I did in the past because I value, eye contact. It's great. But I've never looked at a woman from behind and thought, nah, it's too big. I can understand someone thinking that, because if you haven't got the equipment to from behind. Now, I'm not saying I have got the equipment. I'm not saying I haven't. Yeah, are these white guys that are saying that? Would it be a white guy say? And I'm not saying that white guys haven't got it. Haven't got it. I'm not saying they have, because I don't know. We're not going to turn this into a race thing. It is what it is. But generally speaking, a certain generation of white men don't like their women to have big butts. It's usually a black thing, isn't it? Let's be honest.
In other words, large enough to discourage copulation from behind, while our breasts grew larger to encourage face-forward copulation. In other words, our boobs developed as a sort of front butts to get guys away from our butt, and so we could look each other in the eyes while we have tender, passionate lovemaking in the savannas. Okay.
All right, so she thinks it's a bit ridiculous. Okay, cool. She's got sense.
More recent and more more widely supported theory maintains that we evolved our larger lady butts and breasts as a way to store fat and energy during periods of lactation and or food shortage way back in time in the dry climate of the African Rift Valley, where it's thought that the earliest humans evolved, which would also jive with that theory that our butts signal health and fertility. We got a lot of energy stored in this butt for feeding our babies. All of which brings a whole new meaning to Nicki Minaj's Anaconda video. The only thing left for me to do is...
Okay, so take from that what you will. I'm out.